So how could Jesus call her a dog? I mean, it just seems really strange. And one way to look at it was Jesus was testing her faith. Testing not in terms of trying to find out, but testing her faith to strengthen it. That's important. God doesn't test us because he doesn't know something. God tests us to make us more pure, to make us more strong. And so it is quite possible that he says, oh, it's not right to throw the food of the children to the dogs. So he might be saying this to make her a little more bold. The other thing is, and this is my opinion is, I think this is a gotcha to the apostles. The apostles, they want Jesus to send this woman away. So when Jesus says to the woman, it's not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs, because she wasn't Jewish. And back in those days, a Jew could say of a non-Jew, well, you're a dog. All right? And it wasn't nice. But it was something that they would say. And please note, the disciples do not say to Jesus, how could you call her a dog? That's a terrible thing to say. No, they agree with him. Good. Tell her she's a dog. Send her away. We don't have to deal with this. But Jesus ends up healing her daughter. In another place, Jesus clears out the temple. And they ask him on what authority he's doing it. And he says, my Father's house will be a house of prayer. And he pauses. He doesn't finish the sentence, but a good Jew would know how to finish the sentence. My house will be a house of prayer for all people. It's in our first reading. Right? We call our church Catholic because it's all-inclusive, because it's everybody. Sometimes we may feel frustrated and we might think, oh, that person shouldn't be in the church, or boy, I'm glad those people don't belong in our church. And we got to be there with the apostles on that one. Jesus says, I died for them. How can you exclude them? Even in our hearts, we cannot exclude people. Because Jesus opened his hearts for us. Now, please, some people complain when I put in the bulletin that we are a Catholic church, and that means that everyone is included, no matter who they are and where they're from, or their language, or their lifestyle, or their age, or their income, or their creed, or their culture. Some people say, how can you say everybody's included? Everyone is welcome. Now, we are still the one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. So even if someone is not of our creed, I'm not going to change the creed to them. I'm not saying, well, all right, you don't believe Jesus is Lord, so we're not going to talk about Jesus as Lord. Yes, we are, because Jesus is Lord. So it doesn't mean that we're going to just tell people they can come in and nobody will believe anything. Everyone is welcome to come in and to hear the good news and to be drawn closer in this relationship to Jesus. So maybe today you needed to hear this story because your faith needed to be emboldened to ask God for more for other people. Or maybe you were supposed to hear this parable because we're like the disciples, and we do harbor prejudice or judgments in our heart that do not line up with Jesus. So whichever one of those fits, that's a good one to pray over and to ask the Lord to heal us of that.